Kharma Khayat, you are a journalist for Al-Jadeed television in Lebanon. First of all, could you talk a little bit about your story and why you're here today?
Um, we're basically here today because we believe in the freedom of press, we believe in investigative journalism, we believe in fighting corruption, and we believe in saying the truth as it is without sugarcoating everything. So, therefore, this is what brought us here today. This is who Al Jadeed is, those are our principles. What we have been doing for the past 10 years um, uh, or for the past 20 years as well, but we have been actually severely training investigative journalism, and we have become pioneers and trainees in this field. So this is our field. This is what we do in general. The story we had done was an investigative report regarding witnesses in the Special Tribunal for Lebanon. We did not reveal the faces of the witnesses. We did not reveal the names of the witnesses, of course, but what we were doing, we were telling the Special Tribunal for Lebanon, take care, you have leaks once again, since the Special Tribunal for Lebanon, which the citizens, the Lebanese citizens, have paid until today $500 million. That is $500 million. The other $500 million is paid by the European Union, by the United States of America, by Britain, by France, and not by the governments, by the taxes of which the citizens also pay for. So it is our job as journalists to inform the public where their money is going. And when mistakes are being done, it is our job as well to state it clearly that there are mistakes and you have to stop those leaks inside the tribunal. This was not the first time mistakes happen inside the tribunal. There have been consecutive leaks from inside the tribunal, and before that, the UNIIC, which which the people responsible inside the tribunal have not taken any actions. Instead of doing internal investigations and prosecuting those who have actually not abided by the disclosures of the legal disclosures inside the tribunal. I'm not an employee in the tribunal, I am a journalist. The Special Tribunal for Lebanon chose to go after the Lebanese media and try to tell us clearly, you have to shut up.
And so, how has this affected you? What has been the outcome of the Lebanese government trying to get involved?
Well, what doesn't kill you just makes you stronger, of course. The outcome, well, Lebanon and the Arab world in general is severely divided and severely politicized. But Al Jadeed, being a completely secular TV station, um, is the station for all the citizens of Lebanon. So we were not funded by any government. We are not funded by any political party, which many of the medias in our countries are, and therefore we are extremely independent. So the government has taken or some of the ministers in the government and the parliament, members of parliament, have done some sit-ins. The media in Lebanon has done several sit-ins. The issue is a huge story in Lebanon. It has taken a lot of impact in regards, not because of Kharma Khayat, nor because of Al Jadeed, because this is a freedom of press issue. This is a matter. This is an issue that is a matter to every free journalist around the world. Another important matter, which is something very new, is the Special Tribunal for Lebanon has decided to pursue a precedent in the history of international law, where they have decided to accuse a company. This is something that has never been done in the past in any international tribunal. Therefore, any media company around the world, and not just in Lebanon, which is considered a third country, a third world country, any organization could be attacked or could be pursued legally by the International Tribunal. This would also go for arms companies. This would also go for pharmaceutical companies, any kind of company around the world.
By speaking to fellow journalists, what do you hope to accomplish?
I hope to make our fellow journalists aware and put limits to oppressing the press, and maybe even help us in our world to keep our voices high, we usually look up to countries, to democracies, to countries that have reached a freedom of press, a level of freedom of press where it comes in their First Amendment. And now we brought the International Tribunal of Lebanon because we wanted to know who assassinated Rafi al-Hariri, and this is what its job is. Suddenly, the tribunal's job becomes to prosecute media organizations in Lebanon, a tribunal of which we pay for, a tribunal of which we want to know the truth of who killed our prime minister, is today prosecuting us, the media of Lebanon.
What can we do to help protect journalists and their freedom against international government?
I think the most important thing would be first of all, we have to keep our voices raised. We should let nothing stop in our way. I could speak about ourselves at Al-Jadeed. We have had a man who has been killed at the Syrian borders. We have been put in jail. We have been put in prison. We have been beaten up in the middle of the streets. I mean, those might sound bizarre to you, but this is the area we live in. We have never stopped. We will never stop to send out our message, the message of freedom of speech. And another thing that I think all the journalists of the world should be doing is pressing forward towards NGOs, towards governmental organizations in regards to freedom of press. We cannot continuously be oppressed under the grounds of legal framework.